Yo, what's up, guys? In this video, I will be talking about recklessness and or something around that topic of like self-control or decision making, just something around the topic of recklessness because it's just something that I feel needs to be discussed at this time in my life. And what better way to do that than to like just discuss this topic while uh, playing probably the coolest game I've made yet. So reckless behavior, like it's an interesting topic because it can occur even without you knowing it. Like sometimes the line between right and wrong, especially socially, can become hard to come by. If you mention a topic that is just uh in like that is just like insensitive or in just offensive, like you might never know until people start pointing pitchforks at you, which I know has happened to me a lot of times, and I just wonder what the heck did I do wrong. And it can be a tough subject, or until people start to treat you differently, and you can just kind of feel the energy shift. It's most times it's like not even like it's not even obvious, right? Like, school health lessons, they like to teach these basic things of like everybody starts bullying you or you start getting cyberbullied. Your friends start calling you a monkey on Facebook. And in Fortnite, on the Fortnite chat, you start getting called a monkey again. But it doesn't really happen like that, it can be a bit more complex. And not even I realize how these things can occur. And it doesn't just have to be with your friends or classmates. It could be with adults. It could be with anyone. I don't know how these things happen, but from my experience, uh, I used to like kind of get made fun of a little bit, and I thought that it was just like being a funny kind of person, but a lot of it was actually just kind of like me being a bit too impulsive and thinking that like the stuff my behaviors were actually funny were genuinely funny to people when they really weren't. And so like I'm discussing this because like I just feel like it's it's a common thing like to kind of be made fun of or to be like harassed or something, and then the harassers might not even know that they're bothered. Like, I know there's still a few people who I'd say kind of get on my nerves a little, but I'm not just gonna tell them, hey, you get on my nerves, right? As as honest of a person as I am, honesty ain't really like the best policy. Like, shoot, if I always said what I thought, I would be saying everything I think. I would be like Martian Manhunter or like something like that, and that would just be like annoying as oof to everybody around me. I actually used to be like that, just when I was younger, just saying everything that came to my mind, which was kind of hilarious to my mom, my brother, like just everybody that I knew and loved. But at the same time, I'm sure that kind of got at them a little bit, especially when I like, and then when I would say things I actually cared about, like making games or like complaining about a game or something like that, I'm sure it was hard to take me seriously because it was just like, well, okay, fine, games are can just be annoying, just just get better or something. It, I'm sure that many of my closest, you know, kinds of family members never even knew I had a genuine knack for game dev up until recently. Up until something like up until like the pieces have finally started to click recently. And it's been like a slow burning process of me kind of clearing my brain out, getting past some like and some forms of like anxiety, just like a whole bunch of like stuff that's been holding me back from my true potential. And now, like, as you guys can see, I'm here. You don't have to be the most creative or the smartest to like make a game like this. You just have to be a bit, I don't know, reckless. Sometimes you gotta like, for me, what has helped is like seeing my challenges in all areas of my life and then learning to stick to what I know. You know, sometimes I believe the point is not to try, it's about how to try. That's something that I believe everybody needs to hear. Because I could try making a game and adding free models to it, free models everywhere, and I'm trying to make a game. But that's not trying the right way. Because who cares about a game like that? That's not fun. That's just the game. Watch this. I'm about to go into some random thing right now. And watch what it's full of. So yeah, I think that this was a good video though. So you guys please let me know what you think about the topic of recklessness or risk taking in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. And really, that's like kind of what I think about when it comes to my dreams and my interests. Usually, what's holding me back is the line between right and wrong. And the thing is, shoot, most things you're never gonna know what's right or wrong, not until you at least take a different approach at it, and then you realize, oh, okay, like then it's like a trial and error process. And yeah, there's this other video I posted on the matter, problem solving, and yeah, this channel is also really nice. You guys should definitely check them out. Um, and but also like when it comes to this topic, I also posted this video on problem solving in video games that got the most views ever on my whole channel, and it's still a really good video. Like, yeah, so I'd highly recommend checking it out. Uh, if this video was all over the place, then please let me know about that as well.
Find your next possibility on cars.com.
Peace.
Where to next?
You see, when using memory and problem solving, you're creating a certain playing style. You're combining things that work well for you and going off of that. This could mean different things and strategies and stuff like that, but it usually means that if you keep on doing things the same way, your opponent will most likely figure out your playing style. This is bad because it can mean that your opponent can now predict and dodge out the way of all of your attacks. This is why you have to formulate different playing styles. It could be whatever works for you. Maybe you can be a runner and trick your opponent into walking into your combos when they chase after you. Maybe you could actually scrap with your opponent mano a mano, like without using combos. And maybe you could spam a certain move such as the stomp ability. It doesn't matter, as long as all these different playing styles work and as long as you switch between them every once in a while. Anyways, here are some extra tips. Remember that if a game has a rigged aspect, such as the super overpowered characters in Project Smash, you should stay away from them and practice these techniques on a more vulnerable character. Try avoiding these OP characters until you've formulated a way to beat them. And by the way, here are my tips for problem solving. Problem solving steps example. The opponent keeps on intercepting my moves whenever I use the Tide Slicer with the Kraken character. The root cause might be because I'm using this move that is highly predictable and blockable, so the opponent is using that information and using it to interrupt my move to continue his combo. A solution to this issue might be to stomp on the opponent instead of actually using that move, aka a fake out. Maybe just blocking and uppercutting will work best. Okay, since I'm a genius and my problem solving always works, that actually seemed to give me an edge when fighting that opponent. Since I have been so successful with this solution, I should add it to my memory slash instinct and continue to master more problems. And this is the straightforward way to solve problems. That was just an example. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching up to this point, and peace.